this is Julian with Julian Tech Reviews, back with another video. And today we are going to discuss and review the OnePlus 12R. But before we do, if you can like and subscribe this channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We thank you for your comments and your support, and we will continue to put out more and more videos to your liking. Thanks. So what is the OnePlus 12R? So OnePlus is notorious with giving you a lot of phone for less money. So they are known for producing the flagship level quality phone for a budget friendly price. However, there are some phones in some markets that can't afford the budget friendly price of the OnePlus 12. So they decided to create a more budget friendly phone in the 12R or 12 reduction, or essentially a cheaper version of their flagship phone, the OnePlus 12. So there are a few things that are missing from the OnePlus 12 that has been taken off from here in order for them to reduce the price. But we'll get into what specifically was taken away to make this the price to beat. And we'll start now. So the first thing we're going to talk about, as always in each one of my videos, are the specs. So, well, let's just talk about the colors. So this comes in 3 different colors. This comes in an iron gray, which is essentially gray, and it comes in a cool blue, which is very nice. And they have a special edition in collaboration with an anime color of electric violet. And that one doesn't come out for another month, or I believe it was March 22nd. But that color is just not readily available at this current moment. But, you know, stay tuned. You'll get your chance to get it. The price on the OnePlus 12R, it starts at $499. And that model in price is the 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. There are also 2 other versions. There's the 16 gig RAM with 256 storage, and 256 storage with 12 gigs of RAM, or 16 gigs of RAM. So this version I have is the 16 gigs of RAM version that I bought from Best Buy. So you can get this phone, you know, at your local retailers, at Best Buy, or directly from OnePlus website or Amazon as well. Not in the stores at T-Mobile, I believe. I haven't checked. You can comment below if there are, so it can help some other people out. But those are pretty much the variants in the price. And currently on OnePlus's website and on Best Buy, you can get $100 off with a trade-in of any type of phone. Now, how amazing is that? You can trade in any device, whether it be a watch, tablet, or phone, and you can get $100 off this, making this, if you get the lowest variant, $399. You cannot beat $400 for this type of phone. And you'll see later on this video the reasons why. Okay, so let's talk about the body of this phone. But before we do that, let's go ahead and unbox it. So as you can see, it has the patented red color from OnePlus. It has the OnePlus logo here. Okay, it has the OnePlus 12R, just to let you know what it is. It has the spec information back here. So as you can see, I mentioned earlier, I have the 16 gig RAM, 256 storage, and it's cool blue. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and open it up. So I've already used it for the last couple of weeks. So let's go ahead and open it up. And as you can see, it has this metallic blue finish on the back. And it's very nice and very premium quality feeling. We didn't expect any less from OnePlus at this moment. So this is what it looks like. And it has its own, the color of the phone has their own screen wallpaper. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what else is in the box. This is OnePlus, so you know they're going to do it right when it comes to the box. It does come with its patented red cable. And it has its 100-watt Super VOOC charger here. I expect nothing less from them. All right, so let's see there. That's pretty much it. So we're just going to put that to the side over here for decoration. And let's get into the phone. Okay, so first thing I noticed on this, let's just talk about the body. So the body of the phone, this weighs 207 grams or 7.3 ounces. This has a glass front, which is Gorilla Glass Victus 2. And then it has, a glass back as well. So it's a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but if you have a proper case and you're able to display it, it will definitely not show up in the light as much. But I have fingerprints all over this phone, and I'm not sure if you can see in there, but I don't see it just off the hand. But if you're just really close up, you can see that there are some fingerprints, but otherwise, this is a gorgeous phone and no complaints in that department. And I love the fact that they have this color and violet and all the, interesting colors on their budget-friendly phone. I wish they could add this to the OnePlus, their more flagship friendly phone. But that's another story. I have no complaints on that. So let's just go ahead and move on. All right, so let's talk about the display. So the display is LTP04 AMOLED, and the size of the phone across diagonally is 6.78 inches. And, as I mentioned, Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, and it has 450 PPI. So you definitely get your pixels worth in this phone. Okay, let's talk about the platform. So it comes with Android 14 or Oxygen OS 14, in the United States of America. And it has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. And it has a GPU Adreno 740 for the graphics. Okay, so as I mentioned on memory, it does come with 3 different variants. And it has 256 gigs, and it has a 12 gigabyte RAM, 16 gigabyte RAM for that particular storage variant. And the absolute cheapest would be the 128 gigs of RAM of storage and 8 gigs of RAM for $499 or $100 off if you turn in any phone in any condition, which is amazing. Okay, let's talk about the camera. So the main camera has a 50 megapixel wide angle camera. It has an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and it has a 2 megapixel depth sensor. And it shoots in 4K, up to 4K at 30 frames and 60 frames per second, as well as 1080p. Okay, let's talk about the selfie camera. So the selfie camera is 16 megapixels, and it shoots up to 1080 in 30 frames per second. So as you can see, the budget friendly is coming to fruition. All right, so let's talk about the charge. So this has a 5,500 milliamp battery, which I expect nothing less. This is a higher rate of battery than the OnePlus, the flagship. So even though they're giving up certain things in order to bring the price down, they have increased the battery capacity for this one, and it does show up in the phone, as I'll mention later. It does have 100-watt wired charge, no wireless charging, so that's one of the cutbacks. So wireless charging is not on this phone. Little disappointed in that, but in order for this to be a budget-friendly phone, they have to cut back somewhere. But I think that this is the most budget-friendly flagship phone I've ever had, here. So let's get to it and let's talk about it. So let's talk about the sensors. So it does have a fingerprint sensor, so it's very nice, and I added the sound to it. Let me go back in there. So it does have the OnePlus sliding sound silencer, ringer, vibration mode. So that's that. So this is what it sounds like when I open my phone. And you can add that on in your settings, that you'll see in a minute, of if you want a sound or not. But I do, which is cool. Okay. And it does have a face sensor. So as you can see, it's locked. It's there. Look down and it's open. So very quick on the face unlock. All right, so just like we did with the OnePlus 12 review, let's go ahead and dive into the settings that I normally do. So the first thing I do is admire that I have such a beautiful display, and it does match my back. No, just kidding. Next thing I do is I go into settings. So the first thing I do after I set up and put my Wi-Fi, so I go to the display. Excuse me, I go to display, go to dark and light mode. But lately I've been feeling light mode friendly, and it makes the phone look more, I guess, beautiful. So I've been using light mode for the most part, but for this one, I'll just switch, back and forth and keep it at light. So it has the auto brightness already on there. So I, pull that slider just in case it's not there. I go to screen color mode. So I put vivid. So vivid is already selected, as you can see here. It does have pro mode, so you can do, cinematic, brilliant. So for this, let's just keep it at vivid, like my other phones. So I do have nothing really selected here other than the ultra anti-flicker, which is use the anti-flicker technology in order to uh, be consistent in the smoothness and the color. So I don't really do anything with that. Okay, so image sharpener. If you don't have it already on, just go ahead and slide that slider to the right. That goes on. Video color boost. That's always in there. Okay. And this does have 120 up to 120 hertz refresh rate. So I go ahead and select that as the high, because if I'm going to get the full use of the phone, I'm going to get it to the highest refresh rate. So, all right. So the next thing we're going to do is on the settings. Let's talk about gestures. So I always switch to from buttons to gestures, because that's the cool new way to do things for me. And that's pretty much it. And one of the cool features about OnePlus is that they're very precise with their haptics. So much so that they have their own kind of section here as soon as you open your settings to experience the true life haptic feedback. That's their mantra in this particular thing. It does come with an instructional video. So the entire time I'm looking at this, I'm feeling the haptics actually working. It's vibrating. I can feel each one of these bubbles, these balloons popping, the haptics. You should experience that. So when you get into the phone and the settings, just go ahead and play that video. It's very cool. Oh, haptics. So system haptics, I get feedback from touches and swipes. So that's on. And you can change the intensity of your haptics. And as you do that, you can feel it slowly increasing, but I like to keep it a little bit above average because I want to feel every single touch. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. So let's go with the flexible window. So you could quickly open windows from, the opening up of your apps over here. So you can either do a button free, you can do a quick hide window game, you can share a floating window. So we'll just go ahead and add these to the plate here. One-handed mode, but you can basically access everything one-handed. But let's just say you were, and these actual sliders go away once you get everything set. So you can create an emoji. I haven't done that before. You can do one-handed mode. So you can do one-handed mode. Swipe down from the bottom of the screen to enter the one-handed mode. All right, let's try it again. All right. Well, As you can see, I don't use one-handed mode a lot, but trust me, it does work. All right, and then spatial audio. So once you connect to some speakers, you can go ahead and set this up. Otherwise, you can move on to the next thing. All right, so always go to special features to see what OnePlus has going on. So obviously they have multitasking, so you can do the 3-finger swipe up for a split view. So this doesn't, the settings doesn't have support for a split view, but let's just go to one that does. So Instagram doesn't have split views, so let's go to Chrome. Maybe Chrome does. Boom, there it is. So just like that, I was able to get to my multitasking with just 3 fingers. Isn't that amazing? All right, so let's go back to special features here. So flexible window. So obviously you can open windows quickly. We just talked about that. Quick return. So you can go back to an app if you can pull it all the way up here. So for instance, if I get Instagram here. Well, it was locked. So let me unlock it. All right. Let's see. It says tap the tile to get back to. Okay, so I have to create a floating window. Usually it would create a floating window. So let's go up here. Go to Amazon. Oh, here we go. So quick return. Just like that. Let's go ahead and create the floating window and a quick return. There it is. Amazing. Okay. All right. So it does have the quick launch. So let's go ahead and turn that on. So as you touch and hold the fingerprint sensor, the icons will appear. So you have to actually select some apps or some quick launch features. So for instance, let's say I want to maybe add a app or a function. So I'm gonna either add an app or a function, but at this point, I'm going to add an app. Let's say I'm going to add maps. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. I'm going to add Amazon. And then I'll add Best Buy. And then I'll add Bank of America. Then go back to the lock screen. Hold that. It's held. And as you can see, I have all my options here. I got Bank of America, Amazon. And so I could just kind of hold it down and go to each one. So let's go to Best Buy. And voila, there it is. Back on Amazon. Back on Best Buy. All right, so that's a quick launch feature. So that does also happen on the OnePlus 12. As I'll show you in my video. It has kids mode. It has the smart sidebar. The file dock on. So I can go right here to the side, pull up my recent apps. Pretty standard stuff. And it does come with this phone. And this phone is $399. So no complaints there. Okay, so let's just quickly go into some of the, let's go look at Instagram, what it looks like. So this is what it looks like in light mode. Very beautiful, very smooth and buttery. The 120 hertz is really showing itself great in this one. Can't complain there. And then this is what it looks like when it's in dark mode. Very shiny. The curved edge display, I have no problem with it. I myself am going to say that I am a curved edge fan. So, comment if you like curved edges or you like flat, square edges. I'm just of the belief that the curved edge does give it this kind of nice glare and premium look, but it's really up to you on that one. But I prefer the curved edge. I don't mind the S24 Ultra because it's the Ultra, but when you get one of these OnePlus phones in your hand, it's just a different ball game to me. Okay, so let's get to Insta or Twitter. Okay, as you can see, this is Twitter in dark mode. Let's go to light mode here. Pretty good. Get some good quality pictures here. Interesting shoes. Awesome. There it is. And as you can see, it takes up the full 6.78 inches and it's covered and it's amazing. What can you say? All right. And then Facebook, of course. So here's Facebook. So smooth as ever, buttery display. Let's see if I changed this to dark mode already. Nope. So once again, we got to go to settings in Facebook, and then we got to go to dark mode, and then use the system settings. And voila, Facebook dark mode. No complaints here. I really do enjoy using the social media apps in here, and I have no problem with any of it. So let's go to YouTube. Let's see what YouTube has to offer. So here it is in dark mode. Let's just see what it sounds like. Let me go into my account so you can hear my voice again. So let's go to one of my videos and let's see how it sounds on the phone. So here's one of my latest videos about the OnePlus Buds. As you can see, pretty loud. Let's go ahead and take up the whole screen. This is Julian from Julian Tech Reviews, back with another video. And today we are going to review and discuss the OnePlus Buds 3. Are these better than the OnePlus Buds Pro or any other wireless earbuds that you have out there? We'll find out. But today, before we get started, if you can please like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. You're going to see my thumbs up. All right, cool. So as I mentioned before, subscribe and like. That'd be great. See that thumbs up. That's what that means. All right, so that's what YouTube sounds like and looks like in here. And then, just to be consistent, we're going to put it on, non-dark mode or light mode. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. Still beautiful as whatever. I mean, the nits of brightness, I'm having no issues. So this is my fake sun right here, the light. And as you can see, I can see everything perfectly fine. All right, so now let's get into pictures and videos. And OnePlus has their own app here called Photos. And let's see if we can get to the photos. Voila, here we go. So I'm here in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we have a Gaylord. So I stepped into the Gaylord Texan recently, and here's just a couple of pictures I took when I was there. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay. The ceiling. Really nice picture. You can actually make this a screensaver. Hide that punch out. Wonderful. Excellent. Okay, here's some pictures here going to Austin. Once again, pulling up to the Capitol. Amazing detail in these photos here. We can see the marble shine off of that picture. Outside once again. See if I can zoom in. Video sample. Outside during the day. So no complaints for me in the camera department. Okay, so what do we have left to talk about? So we've talked and discussed about the specs. We talked about the video quality. We talked about the picture quality, the apps, the settings. So overall, what is missing from the OnePlus 12R? Well, for one, the wireless charging. So that if you're into wireless charging or have everything set up for wireless charging, you'd be a bit disappointed in not having it on this phone. You know, even though this is a $399 phone, that is crucial for some other people. The camera quality, so it does lack in the camera quality department. It doesn't have as much megapixels, and the software is pretty much the same, but the camera quality, the camera lenses are better on the OnePlus 12, obviously. So you are getting a slightly reduced specs on the camera, the quality. So for some, that's huge. But for me, I don't really see a huge difference. So it's up to you, and you can comment below to see and let me know if there are any huge camera quality issues you have with the 12R compared to the OnePlus 12. And other specs that are very minimal, like the PPI, the pixels, the nits of brightness. Overall, this phone for me is a 9 and 10 out of 10. It has flagship level the Snapdragon processing chip is flagship level. The quality and craftsmanship of the phone is nice. The price is right. This is almost, to me, a better bargain than the OnePlus 12, even though the OnePlus 12 is $799. It does, if you did take advantage of the OnePlus 12 at $799 with the 16 gigs of RAM and the 512 gigs of storage, kudos, but that was a pre-order. But as if you missed out on that and you go directly to, the OnePlus 12R, I don't think you're missing and lacking anything thereof. This is a good quality phone. It's nice. Got great color options, including the ultraviolet that's coming soon at the end of March. You can't go wrong with this phone, and I have no complaints on it. And I think this is a go for you to buy. So if you have this phone, why don't you comment below? Let me know if you're planning on getting this phone. Are you planning on getting a budget-friendly flagship phone? Let me know. And once again, thank you for stopping by Julian Tech Reviews. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.